Tonight, the Arizona Wildcats pull away with a 35-28 victory over the Nevada Wolfpack. They improved to 3-0, the third straight season.
Welcome to Wildcast. I'm Toby Schmidt.
And I'm Chelsea Moe. Thanks for joining us tonight.
This summer, the Supreme Court will decide if same-sex marriage is constitutionally protected. Back in October, Arizona became one of 37 states that recognizes same-sex marriages. Reporter Amanda Martinez shows us how the university, students, and faculty are adjusting to the changes.
Arizona has legally recognized marriage equality since October of 2014, and as of January 1st, the Arizona Department of Administration has stopped providing same-sex domestic partnership benefits, citing people's option to get married. The University of Arizona has taken over this role and now provides benefits directly to couples and their families.
Those that did not want to get married were each contacted and each had individual advising appointments to make sure that they were comfortable with the choices they had to make, and they were moved over to our alternative plan. And let me say that the alternative plan is equal to what we have under ADOA.
While Arizona recognizes marriage equality and many behind-the-scenes changes have taken place to things like health and life insurance benefits here at U of A, many people are still looking forward to what will happen in the rest of the nation. Later this year, the United States Supreme Court will hear arguments for and against marriage equality and decide if it should be legalized across the country. Students and faculty at the University of Arizona are very curious to see what the outcome will be.
People in the center and in the city and in the nation are eagerly anticipating the Supreme Court case and whatever decision will come out, likely in June. That's a really big deal. We currently have marriage equality available to like 70% of people who live in the United States. And so the scales are tipping in the favor of marriage equality. It's a really exciting time in history. And at the same time, we have 30% of our citizens in the nation not able to access the right of marriage equality.
There is speculation that the court's decision last week to deny a request to delay gay marriage in Alabama is a signal as to what the final outcome of the case will be.
People, I mean, it's good that it's going to the court because both arguments will be heard for and against it, and I think that hopefully that will put the legal arguments against it to bed, and that we'll be able to get a decision from the Supreme Court that will finally make equality the law of the land.
Reporting from the University of Arizona for Wildcast, I'm Amanda Martinez.
Every February since 1925, Tucsonans have gathered from all around for the annual La Fiesta de los Vaqueros. The event includes the Tucson Rodeo, the largest outdoor winter rodeo in North America. In the rodeo parade, which is the country's largest horse-drawn parade, the event celebrates its 90th anniversary on February 26th.
We don't have rodeos in Chicago.
Yeah, I've lived here for at least 10 years and I still haven't been, so that's definitely on my to-do list.
The 61st annual Gem and Mineral Show wrapped up this past weekend. Every year, the show brings thousands of visitors and millions of dollars to Tucson, and this year was no different. Wildcast reporter Katie Showalter has a look at some of this year's dealers.
The theme of this year's show is Minerals of Western Europe. Dealers from far and wide come to display their precious jewels and high-end minerals, and as many as 250 displays are scheduled to be at the main event, February 12th through the 15th, where you are sure to find any jewel or mineral you could ever imagine. The Gem and Mineral Show has been an annual event in Tucson since 1954. Many of the dealers that show up have been doing the show in Tucson for years and have found a nice community to work within, much like Charles Cecil of Charles Cecil Collections explains.
Here and see old friends, and we swap, trade, buy, sell. We call it wholesale, retail, and cocktail, and that's the way it works.
There is something here for everyone at the Gem and Mineral Show here in Tucson. You can find anything from opals to diamonds, and the vendors are varied just as much as their merchandise. Dealers at the Gem and Mineral Show are more than happy to take time and help customers find exactly what they're looking for, like Beth and her husband, who own DB Opals.
Ethiopian opal has been our specialty. We started it about 12 years ago started selling it when Ethiopian opal was only in the brown rough, which is nodules that are mined like geodes. And then about 5 or 6 years ago, the white from Wallow came out, and this is much more stable and therefore more popular. And so we sell the Wallow in rough, in cabs, finished stones, and jewelry. And I make the jewelry, and my husband cuts the stones.
Noreen Raj of Glitter Import explains what's so special about his stand.
Like a rose-cut diamonds, briolette diamonds, diamond beads, and those kind of stuff. And we have a jewelry line of jewelry as well as with the diamonds and the color stones and the color diamonds. Our main specialty is the color diamonds.
The Gem and Mineral Show is located downtown at the Tucson Convention Center and goes from February 12th to February 15th. This is Katie Showalter at UATV.
If you're not afraid of needles, you might want to stop by the UAMC Blood Drive. It's Thursday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the UA Health Plans Bloodmobile near the Tucson Airport. You can walk in or go online to www.redcrossblood.org and enter sponsor code UAMC to set up an appointment.
Stay with us after the break for a look at a hot new way to exercise.
I'm Derek Williams, the former U of A Wildcat. You're watching UATV. Don't change the channel.
Weather reporter Virginia Beamer has more on this week's forecast.
I'm weather reporter Virginia Beamer with a look at your Wildcast weather forecast for this week. Today was just beautiful outside today. Definitely not as cloudy as we saw over the weekend. 79 degrees was the high for today, nowhere near our average, which is 69 degrees, so still 10 degrees above average, even though it felt a little cool and breezy out today. 85 degrees was our high record set last year. We're not going to get anywhere near that, at least into the next week. And then this morning, 52 degrees was our low this morning, still 10 degrees above the average for this time of year, and again, nowhere near that 21 degrees low record that was set in 1910. As we take a look at tonight, things are going to cool down a little bit more than we saw this morning. 49 degrees is going to be the temperature outside tomorrow morning, which is usually when we see our lowest temperature, and it's just going to be cool and calm, few clouds, and maybe a little fog tomorrow morning. But as we get into the day tomorrow, things are definitely going to warm up, and we're going to see sunny skies. 74 degrees is our forecasted high for tomorrow. Mostly sunny. We might see a few clouds out in the atmosphere tomorrow, but not much. As we take a look later into the week, though, we are going to see some clouds build near the end of the week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But early in the week, sunny skies, beautiful outside. Not really much going on until we get later in the week. And that's pretty much a look at your weather forecast for this week. Just beautiful, calm weather all through the week.
80 minutes of yoga in a heated room is helping people sweat off the pounds. Reporter Tara Alfono has more on the benefits of exercising in the heat.
I'm here at Hot Yoga Tucson to check out one of the hottest new trends for health and wellness.
Hot Yoga is a class that takes you through a series of exhilarating poses in a heated room of 105 degrees with 40% humidity.
The class is a hybrid of a Bikram style of yoga and an Ashtanga style of yoga, where we have flow sections that blend together as well as static poses. So it's an 80-minute practice from start to finish, working the entire body.
This humid and calming environment is good for low-impact cardio and loosens the muscles, allowing for more flexibility. With the great deal of humidity, you'll sweat a lot, sweating out the toxins in your body.
Yoga incorporates the entire body. So it's not a situation where you're going to work legs one day, arms the next day. It's for the entire body and mind.
Hot yoga is not for everyone, so check with your doctor before heading to Hot Yoga Tucson, located on the east side.
So if you're looking to get a good sweat in, Hot Yoga Tucson's the place to be. Reporting for UATV, I'm Tara Alfano. Back to you.
I've never tried hot yoga, have you?
I have before, but not at this particular studio. I'd love to. Out of 35,000 students at the University of Arizona, 80% of them live off campus. If you're looking to be one of them, check out the off-campus housing fair that will be held on the mall this Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The fair will have information on local apartment complexes and real estate, as well as services on property management and helpful tips for students transitioning from res life living.
The spring intramural sports season is starting, and there's some new offerings on the roster. Wildcast reporter Sheridan Fiddleman has more on why students are lining up to join a team.
If you're looking for a place to have fun, exercise, and have some friendly competition, look no further. The intramural sports program is a unique opportunity for members of the University of Arizona community to participate together in sports leagues and tournaments. Signing up is easy. You can join one of the many started teams already, such as racquetball, floor hockey, sand volleyball, kickball, and so many more. Or you can start your own.
I like being on an intramural team because it's less serious and less competitive, and I'm able to do it more as a hobby instead of a future career.
Depending on the league and game, fees vary from $50 to $160. Skill level varies from having fun to playing hard, depending on how well one wants to play and how competitive one wants to be. The Department of Campus Intramural Sports encourages everyone to try it at one point or the other to develop an appreciation of cultural diversity through recreational play.
Yeah, I think intramural sports are an awesome thing. I know that they're really popular, and especially in the past couple of years, a lot of kids have been getting super into them, forming teams, all kinds of cool stuff. And I think you should really do it if you're not already on one of the official UVA teams.
The Department of Campus Recreation Intramural Sports Program annually presents the Joe Rubin Memorial Award, given each year to the outstanding intramural sports participant. Joe, who was very active in the department, was killed in a car accident in 1986. In his memory, Joe's friends and family created this award. Reporting at the University of Arizona for Wildcast, I'm Sheridan Fiddleman.
After the break, hear why 3 UA baseball players are receiving national acclaim.
I'm Derek Williams, the former U of A Wildcat. You're watching UA TV. Don't change the channel.
Welcome back to Wildcast. Ice Cats hockey season is wrapping up, and seniors are looking back at their experience with the team. Wildcast reporter Jordan Owen has more on their plans for the future.
UA Wildcat Hockey is a program of the Department of Campus Recreation at the University of Arizona. The Wildcats were the 1985 national champions, have appeared in 10 Elite Eights and 8 Final Fours, and under the guidance of new head coach Chad Berman, UA Hockey expects even more to come in the future.
The future is bright for the program. I think the players we have now and the ones he anticipates recruiting will only help us to grow. We had a very competitive schedule this year, a strong schedule. And it challenged us. We had some bumps in the road. We just haven't gotten the execution that we were hoping for, to make it into the national tournament this year. But I do believe that's in the future for us as well. I think the program's headed in the right direction.
U of A Wildcat Hockey finishes up their season with a 2-game series against ASU on February 20th and 21st at the Tucson Convention Center starting at 7:30 p.m. Prior to the game on the 21st, there'll be a tailgate at the Tucson Convention Center from 5 to 7 p.m. with games, food, drinks, and a meet and greet with the team. As the season comes to an end, Wildcat Hockey dedicates this final weekend to their seniors. I caught up with senior and captain Shane Gleason to talk about his experience as a Wildcat.
Favorite team memory would definitely be last year when we beat ASU in ASU on senior night. That was pretty unbelievable, and it was the first time we beat them in, God, it had to be 36, I think it was 36 games, but it was great to send the seniors off that way, and it was a great feeling, beating them in their arena. So hopefully that's what we're trying to do this weekend is, beat them, give our fans something to cheer about and beat them in our home arena.
As UA Wildcat Hockey has its sights set on a bright future,
Senior Wildcat Jason Efforts is making big plans for his as well.
After college, I would love to work for a professional hockey team in their front office, mainly their marketing department, maybe even ticket sales, and put forth my marketing degree with a sports management minor.
Student tickets for the 2 games this weekend are each $10 and can be purchased through the Tucson Convention Center box office. Reporting from AZ Ice for Wildcast, I am Jordan Owen. 3 University of Arizona baseball players earned preseason honors. Reporter Danielle Fork talked with the players about their accomplishments.
Fans of all ages came out to High Corbett Field this past Saturday for Arizona Baseball's Meet the Team event and inter-squad scrimmage.
It was a beautiful Saturday afternoon here today for fans to come out and take a look at Arizona's baseball team this year and preview what the season might be like. Fans especially had their eyes on 3 key players who have already earned preseason honors.
Sophomore Bobby Dalbeck, starting third baseman and backup pitcher, was named third-team preseason All-American by the National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association and by Perfect Game. His idea of preseason is all about the amount of work he puts in.
It's getting early work, and really the preseason is just kind of their guess of who could be, a potential All-American. So it's really just that, just kind of, getting it all together.
Kevin Newman, a 2-time Pac-12 All-Conference shortstop, has been projected as the Conference Player of the Year in the D1 Baseball Preview due to his daily hard work and motivation.
At the end of the day, if I don't think I've worked as hard as I should have, it's not a good day for me. I like to be out here as long as I can and work as hard as I can.
2-year starter in the outfield, Scott Kingery, was also named as a preseason All-Pac-12 honoree. He was recently moved from outfield to second base to form what could be college baseball's best infield duo with Kevin Newman. Kingery tells us what the switch is like.
I was a shortstop in high school, so it's been a really easy transition over to second base. So it's been pretty good for me. I feel comfortable there.
The Wildcats open their season on the 13th against Eastern Michigan, and these 3 key players are ready to show what they're made of and take their team to Omaha. Recording at High Corbett Field for Wildcast, I'm Danielle Fork.
Danielle is in the studio with more on this week's sports. Danielle?
Arizona men's basketball had a busy weekend as they traveled to take on the University of Washington and Washington State. On Friday, they defeated Washington 86-62. Rondé Hollis Jefferson's incredible defense and TJ McConnell's double-double of 10 points and 10 assists helped the Wildcats claim this victory. Rondé Hollis Jefferson's not top 10 moment, where he slipped and fell on a breakaway dunk, brought about a lot of jokes and laughter among the team and fans. TJ McConnell joked that a sniper in the second row got him, while Twitter noted that he must have slipped on one of those bananas from Mario Kart. Either way, Rondé ended the game with 17 points. The Wildcats then brought home a huge 86-59 blowout victory over the Cougars on Sunday. At halftime, the Wildcats were up by 34 points. The Cougars tried to come back in the second half, but the game was already won. Caleb Tarzewski, Brandon Ashley, and Rondé Hollis Jefferson each finished the game with 17 points. On Thursday, the number 7 Wildcats will take on USC in the McHale Center. Arizona baseball played Eastern Michigan in a 3-game series over the weekend. Friday night, the Wildcats won 7-3. Sophomore Austin Schnabel struck out 8 batters in 6 innings to help earn the win. On Saturday, the Wildcats had 21 hits that led to a 16-3 victory. Bobby Dalbeck and Scott Kingery both had a home run, and Kingery also added 5 hits. To finish the series, the Wildcats swept Eastern Michigan on Sunday 6-2 to start their season with a perfect record of 3-0. Arizona softball team competed at the Hillebrand Invitational. They finished a perfect weekend in a 5-inning game with an 8-0 win over Drake on Sunday. Katiana Mauga hit 2 home runs that helped the Wildcats enforce the mercy rule for a win. After 9 games, the Lady Wildcats had 15 home runs and 20 stolen bases. Their next matchups will take place at the Mary Nutter Classic in California, where they will play 5 games next week. That's all for sports. Back to you guys.
As always, thanks for tuning in to Wildcast. You can watch us anytime online at uatv.arizona.edu or on our YouTube channel, UATVCH3.
And don't forget to like us on Facebook for breaking news on campus. We'll see you next week for another edition of Wildcast. Good night.